Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think. Urinary tract infections are extremely common. Around 1 in 2 women and 1 in 20 men will get a UTI in their lifetime. Plus, once you've had one UT challenge, you're way more susceptible to another in the future. That's why you just need Just Thrive's UT123. This product can actually prevent UTIs while maintaining your urinary tract health. UT123 targets both immediate and long-term relief. We've all heard to drink cranberry juice for your urinary tract, but did you know that for the full effects, you need the whole cranberry? Not just juice, but the skin, flesh, and even the seeds. Well, UT123 uses superior ingredients that utilizes the whole fruit. This supplement truly is the full package. So if you're someone who struggles with the constant urge to urinate, a burning feeling when you pee, pelvic pain, or just want to be proactive in your urinary health, Just Thrive is for you. Just Thrive is so confident you'll love their product that there is a 100% money-back guarantee on every purchase made through justthrivehealth.com. And for a limited time, you can save 20% off site-wide at justthrivehealth.com with promo code SEXWithEmily. That's justthrivehealth.com and use code SEXWithEmily for 20% off your order. You're going to love it. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of Sex with Emily. Tonight's show, we have comedian Adam Ray. And as you know, I talk about products on the show, and I only bring in products that I believe in and that I know are going to help your life. And so that is why I have to tell you, I love my No-No Pro. Because I've spent so much time and money on razors and waxing, and the No-No Pro is the best way to remove unwanted hair with no pain. You can do it at home. I do it at home. I do it at my desk. You can do it everywhere. And it's for men, too. Because men, they've got hair in places, and they're always like, I don't know what to do about it. Like women, there's like a waxing salon every corner. But men are like, where do the hair on my back or on my neck? And what do? Use the No-No Pro.
How's it work?
It works because it goes over your skin. Yeah, it just goes over your skin. You charge it, and it just zaps those hairs, and it doesn't hurt. Painless. Amazing. And you can check it out. No Pro comes with a 100% 60-day money-back guarantee, and when you purchase it, you'll get a $50 gift card to an award-winning skincare line. Go to nonoemily.com. That's nonoemily.com.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily. You got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God. I feel so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. Check out my website because it's awesome. We post every day. We give you information to improve your sex life and your relationship, which is why you're listening to the show, yo, right? Hey, Anderson.
Hey, yo, what is up, Em?
How you doing? I'm just chilling here.
You're just chilling on the flip side, kicking it?
Oh, my God. I just almost got some M&Ms for dinner for my...
You probably should do that.
I know.
Blood sugar running dangerously low with
I know, this keeps happening. It's been. Yeah, I told you, a crazy day.
You know, that's what happens when people have sex all day long for
exactly.
a living. They're drained.
I had like 8 toys to try out today, and I didn't have time to even even get water because they were so friggin' good.
Is that how you stay in such good shape? Just banging yourself
Do you
all
think
day?
I work out? Why do you think my arms are so strong? Because I'm like putting in new batteries, I'm charging things, I'm looking for chargers, plugging them into the wall, the whole thing. Yeah.
You even make plugging things in to the wall sexual. Listen to you.
I do.
Plugging things in the wall.
Plugging to the wall. That's so sexy, Emily. So, Anderson, I have to tell you that after your show, your After Disaster podcast live show.
Oh, yeah, at the Improv. The sold out show at the Improv you're discussing, you're speaking of?
Yeah, the sold out show at the Improv.
Yeah.
I was so impressed by it. And as I mentioned, we did talk about this.
You hook up with a listener that night? You blow a listener's mind that night? No.
I didn't. I'm trying to think about it. Isn't that funny? No,
she did. Guys, she actually did. She thought for a second, looked up, recalled the night, and said, "Did I bang?" No,
I didn't. I did not bang. I didn't bang anyone. I really didn't. Because obviously I would remember, and I would have told you.
You looked up and to the left, like to recall, though, for a second.
Because I've had sex. I mean, but it wasn't after your show. But your listeners were cool, and it's fun because now I've connected, and we have similar listeners that was there, and it was so fun.
Yeah, I met a girl who actually was listening to your program. And then she heard about my program, and look at that.
Oh, my God, the whole thing, it was magical. So, that was great.
Speaking
of comedians,
clubs,
exactly.
Wow.
So, oh, my God, my guest
Great
is Adam Ray. Adam, you're awesome.
Thanks.
You're funny.
Thanks.
Okay, I don't watch TV.
Applause?
I don't know if yeah, it really is.
Nice.
It really, no,
That
that
made me
was
feel really
there was
good.
there's like a line around the block.
I
They're
saw
all
that.
waiting
They're
for
waiting
your,
for the
your
toys
autograph
that
and
you've
stuff.
been practicing with. Do you
Actually, that was live audio from the After Disaster show. I brought it in.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Do the toys you get? Do they? You really spend a lot of time and because you want to get to know your product, right? Were you guys really joking about using them all day, and that's why you're tired?
No, I mean yes, he is joking about
wait a
that.
minute.
No, wait a minute.
What is happening?
She did that thing where she looked up to the left again.
I saw
did.
it.
I wish.
Put your hands
No,
in
I
the air.
tell
What's
my
underneath
assistant.
this table right now?
I tell my assistant, can we please put masturbation on? Like, I need time because I do have a lot of toys that I need. But we just had intern sex review day, and they test
You
them
need
out
time
too.
during your. Do you plot out time? I was talking about this with my buddy who's actually been on your show, Brad Williams.
Yeah, Brad Williams is awesome. You guys are a podcast
we have
together.
a podcast called About Last Night. You can get it on iTunes or aboutlastnightpodcast.com.
It's awesome.
We were talking about being so busy, having to start like schedule time out to masturbate.
Right. So I'm not alone in this.
Not at all.
I don't
usually,
have time to date. That's why I knew I didn't sleep with anyone when we asked me. Like, I don't have time.
Yeah. It's also more fun when you can plot out time. I mean, obviously doing it on a whim, like, if the wind catches you right and you're like,
and do
something happens that we're just like, you're oddly just super turned on. Like, it's fun just to be able to take care of it. Yeah. Pull over.
Traffic light.
For real? When did that happen?
I don't know. And when have I ever,
It's easier for you ladies to do that, isn't it?
No, I was going to say, I wasn't even talking about me, but yes, I have done that once. But I think guys do it all the time.
I mean, I don't want to speak for the entire male race, but I feel like our movements are much more aggressive. So, I guess you could keep it contained if you were really, Yeah,
Anderson, have you ever masturbated here at the Loveline studio?
For sure, he
I've
has.
had sex
dude.
in here, but I've never masturbated.
You did?
Oh yeah, you gotta have sex where you work.
Yeah,
I've never had sex here.
Statement. Well, I know because you're a nice lady.
Isn't it funny that
Dude, I'm not that nice. Yeah.
you masturbating here would be more adventurous and dangerous than you having sex here? I feel like.
Yeah, it would be more shameful if I got caught.
That's what
I'd get a
yeah.
high five from the cleaning crew if they caught me banging someone. But if they saw me beating off in the corner,
no, you're a
they'd be
sad individual.
Yeah, but the door is locked a lot. The guard sleeps all the time, and no one can get in here
Well,
ever.
this place used to be empty at night, but a bunch of people, we have NBC Sports here now. We have 24-hour shows, so it's a little tougher now. But I used to bring ladies back.
Oh, ladies, plural?
Well, I'd be like, hey, you want to see the studio? Yeah.
Because they all want to see
you.
this.
What a great line.
Dude, that's awesome. And then you got married. Did you ever have sex with your wife here?
Nah, she's not that kind of girl.
Nah,
she's like
your wife.
Yeah.
She's like me? Why do you think I
respectful.
would?
Yeah.
I love that you
I'm
think
always
that's
hot and cold with
respectful.
you. I'm always like painting you as a picture as like this total tramp, and then I go with the you're like
I
my
love
wife.
that. I love that. I love that, Anderson. That's sweet. Okay, so you tell me what you just released a new album.
I did, yeah. It's called Poptarts Suicide.
Poptarts Suicide.
It's my first
on
stand-up
iTunes.
CD. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun.
What was that like? How long did it take you to do?
Well, I mean, I've been doing
stand
stand-up for 7 years, so
Okay.
I guess it's, but it's not 7 years worth of material because it's only an hour of jokes.
An hour's a lot, though.
It is a lot, yeah.
That's really impressive.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, do you always do an hour and that's the thing? Like,
yeah, I mean, when you start headlining, I was middling for a while, and then when I did that movie, The Heat, and that did really well.
So you were right. The Heat with Sandra Bullock
Yep.
and Melissa McCarthy.
Yep.
That's
two very cool
that's
ladies.
like what cool women to work with.
Yeah, it was a great first movie. I mean, I could have been in, Dr. Dolittle 17.
You could have been.
and that I don't think I'd be.
It wouldn't be in your bio.
It probably wouldn't be.
Exactly. We wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think you want to be proud of anything you do, but like, I think there's certain things that people just. That's why when you hear certain actors that you bring up, like, didn't you do this? And they're like, oh yeah, but I don't tell anybody.
Right, we don't talk about that exactly.
So that movie did well, and then
so that kind
I started
of
headlining.
That's great. So that was like in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
it came out. So it's your career's just taking off,
I mean,
skyrocketing.
It's everything. I'm getting calls from Spielberg. Everybody's just banging on my door.
But it's been fun. You got Craig Ferguson, Adam Carolla's podcast.
Yeah.
You've been on Loveline, Two Broke Girls, Workaholics.
Yeah. Some Chelsea
According
Lately
to Jim,
stuff.
Arrest Chelsea Lately. I saw that.
Yeah.
Dude, you're on fire. Well, thank you for stopping by the Sex with Emily
oh, man.
show.
I've heard nothing but amazing things about you and your show. So this is,
Good.
I was honored
well,
that
I mean, I love
asked.
that it because you connected with Lauren, my assistant. Were you trying to hit on her somewhere?
No, we definitely had some
I felt
like
the
flirty
sexual energy when he came in here. Yeah.
Okay, are you going to bang? Just tell me, are you going to bang her? Because she has work to do tomorrow. If you guys sleep together tonight.
No. I mean, that's.
She should get just to make sure she's in on time.
She's very sweet, and
you could use the flashlight because we gave you. You
gave me a flashlight. Here's another reason why I wanted to
that's
come
your welcoming. You have a parting gift too. That was your welcoming gift.
Yeah, Carolla gave me like some pretzels, so this is definitely like a step up as far as parting gifts.
He did, right?
I did try to fuck the pretzels though, so like.
He gave you like chocolate covered pretzels.
Can you not? Did I just curse? Can you not do that?
You can fucking say
it. No, this isn't live. We're not live.
I thought I heard a screeching sound outside, but then I thought it was like your censor button in there.
No,
okay.
You're good.
No, we're not live.
So I can talk about trying to fuck pretzels.
You can say cunt if you want.
Fuck pretzels.
I don't think. Yeah, wow.
I wish I hadn't said it. I'm sorry I said that.
Why would you drag us all in the mud?
my
You did the show. Now the show is
so
like.
That's my fault. I made you feel awful about that because the look I immediately gave you was like, "Hey, dude, I'm not on your side on this one."
The C word's tough. It's a tough one.
I got kicked out of a comedy club for saying it.
No way.
No, for saying what?
Yeah,
cunt?
for saying the C word. Cunt. Yeah, here's what happened. So I was doing this. It was a buddy of mine I met. He used to manage the Tempe Improv, and he came out to Hollywood. He was trying to find features. It was still when I was the middle act, right? And he was like, "Man, you'd be great to come down to Tempe. It'd be love if I could work a deal out for you to come feature for one of the headliners." I was like, "Dude, I've never been on the road yet. That would be amazing." So the date we had scheduled in the fall fell through because I broke my ankle playing basketball, and so then December worked out. He's like, "You can come with this guy in December, but there's gonna be a lot of big Christian like party groups, so you got to keep it like relatively clean." And at that point,
Christian party groups? Doesn't that
they drink grape juice.
That seems like an oxymoron. What's that?
They drink a lot of grape juice.
Yeah, well, actually, they were actually having a great time, but the head owner was such a stickler for like you have to. He was so concerned about people being. Thrown off by the content of the show that he's like everyone has to be squeaky clean.
But you already have your you've been working on your content
I was
forever.
about 4 years in, so I still wasn't like totally as I'm better now. Right. But I mean you always keep trying to get better.
Arsenal of stuff that you just like, okay, I'll whip out this, I'll take out the penis joke.
And I've never been like super filthy, but like I had to take out curse words and stuff. But I had this one joke where I do this talking about those the more you know PSAs, and I did one about how it's always. I did like Tony Danza doing one like reading's great, but tell your kid I was like it's always celebrities being like reading's great, tell your kids to buy some books for them and teach them to read and make their dreams come true, right? And I was like it'd be so much better if you could have some real life dudes on there talking about issues that like normal dudes can relate to, not celebrities. And then I do this whole long act out of a guy being like hey, what's up? My name's Kyle. Surgery sucks, so tell your doctor to please please refill on your Vicodin order. That way you can sell the pills for $10 a piece to all your deadbeat pill popping friends, and finally get enough cash to get that 42-inch Vizio flat screen that your slutty ex-girlfriend said was going to take up too much space in the apartment. Well, good thing she showed you her bipolar side, because now you're free from her bullshit annex. Fuck you, Beth, you dumb cunt. Like a whole thing like that. Right. I say that whole ending. And it gets an applause break, and I walk off stage, and my buddy who's managing goes, "Dude, you fucked me, man. What are you saying cunt for, dude?" He's like, dude, you got to go home now.
But the drunk Christians were fine with it.
Yo, everybody was going crazy. But he's like, dude, like the manager who was above my buddy was like, dude, you told me he was going to be clean. And I was clean up until that last word.
How bad? It's one word.
Oh, man. And in my head, I was doing it. I was like, don't say that. And so he was like, it was the first show of the weekend. He's like, dude, you got to go home tonight. And I was like, what?
For real? And you really had to?
They kicked me out. Yeah, and I lost a bunch of money, and it was...
So
I don't think I've said that word.
He's having post-traumatic cunt disorder. You brought it up.
That's a real thing.
He's totally freaking out now. You said the word, and now he can't even... God, I'm sorry that happened. But since then, it's all been...
Since then, things have been getting a little better.
Things have been great.
The Tempe Improv manager, real cunt.
Yeah, totally.
Too soon, man.
Let's move on.
Dude, don't bring it up yet, Anderson, really.
No, but I mean, I don't talk a lot. What I was saying is, like, I was very interested to come on here because I know how much you guys talk about sex. And I talk a decent, like a handful of issues in my act, but like I don't ever get too...
How come? I think it's time.
Is that like a sexual pun? I feel like everything is just innuendos.
Everything
and puns
is
around
though,
here.
but you can't even help it. That it's almost
you can't.
It just,
And when you said
all
he
hands
just,
on deck,
he just released a new album. I immediately thought, is that really what she said?
Yeah.
You just
Released. Yeah.
No, seriously. Like people are like, how's your day? I'm like, did she just say she's masturbating?
Whoa,
She came from.
it's always on the brain.
I always hear people saying something sexual, but they never are.
But it always. I mean, everything can be like even when in your show when you say and everything in between. Is that supposed to be kind of like?
Yeah, baby. Well, I can do it because it's my show. Well,
Trouble.
you know why though? This show really is because everything is about sex.
Yeah,
in
it
a
is.
way. Like why you wore that shirt is, maybe you decide you bought it, I'll look hot and I'll get laid.
I mean, geez.
And
she's
why you
reading
buy
right
a
into
car?
me.
No, I'm just saying. But every decision you make,
You're
why
right.
you eat
Yep.
something, am I going to feel healthy,
Sure.
unhealthy? Will I feel attractive?
Every breath we take, I mean, the whole point of being alive is to procreate and keep the species moving forward. So it's creepy when you think about it. But yeah,
I should have banged someone after your show then.
You should.
Anyway, okay, so but you don't talk about it, so you don't get into it that much. But how's your sex life?
Great.
Are you dating? Are you
dating?
No.
He kicked the bipolar girlfriend out.
Do you get?
No,
but that was a joke.
I mean, I was in
like
two
last week.
I was in two back-to-back relationships.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
One was like 3 years. One was 3.5 years. One was almost 4. And so I'm like emotionally spent, and
that's a lot of time.
Yeah, back to
so
back.
There's
only
7
about
years then. 4 and 3.
Yeah, and there was only about like 6 months in between.
Oh,
and the last one was long distance, and that was she was in Seattle, where I was where I'm from.
Right.
So I was able to go home and double up and see family.
How long was long
and
distance?
her.
The whole
we
time?
did about 2.5 years.
Why? It's to me such a wait. Like,
Yeah,
but then you should be able to see other people.
You should, but
If
I mean,
you want to, or you didn't want to.
No.
Oh, see, that's me. I would always.
But I mean, towards the end, obviously, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
things start to change, and you're
right. You're not that into it anymore.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, because you can't get a real gauge. The thing about long distance relationships, I get it if you're coming to an endpoint where like in a year we'll be in the
there
same
has to be
city.
some sort of compromise.
But you never had.
We did, and then but it just other things got in the way.
Out, that
you know,
bitch.
it's this.
Cunt. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Okay, sorry.
no. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes.
No,
but
but
there's this lifestyle of being a comedian is like not conducive to being.
But don't
with
chicks always
somebody.
want to bang you after the show?
Not always, but I mean,
not always. Not always. One time there wasn't a chick that.
No,
don't
I mean, I don't know, but it's I also am never. I'm not like. I don't seek it out. Like I don't. When
no,
people,
of course you don't have to because they're throwing themselves at you.
No, but I'm saying like I. How do I say this? Like I like to hang out with people after show in towns. Like I like to
Right, no, I get
go
it.
out and meet locals. So I'm not just like if somebody just comes up and like grabs me and says something really dirty. It's not usually the way it goes down. Like,
right,
and
exactly.
that's not
no,
like
I get it.
that's
No,
not
it's
appealing
like
to
you
me
might
either.
know what I'm saying is but you know you might.
Are there
see
opportunities
yes,
in every
there's
city I go to?
Yes.
That's maybe safe.
But I
to
get
say.
it. Sometimes you just want to talk to you and go to bed.
Are there certain
Yeah.
towns that get really excited? They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go
for
see
sure.
Misty and
Dude,
Wisconsin.
you
the person.
Oh
Well,
wait,
those are the
you're going to
ladies in
San
general.
Francisco.
Yeah.
I live there so all my friends are there.
Send anybody and everybody.
Okay, but
it's going to be a fun show.
Where is it's July?
The Punchline, July 24th through the 26th.
In San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just there yesterday.
Oh man,
it was awful, but I was there for a day. But I love San Francisco.
It's the
besides
cool
that.
city, and that's a
It's the
city
best
that
city
you
ever.
get fired up to go to because the comedy crowds are great. The people
Yeah,
are
it's a great
swell,
crowd.
Yeah,
how fun! So you're at the Punchline.
Punchline, yeah.
Okay, the
and you got to
24th
come
to
because I'm going to be doing. I started doing this new thing with. I've got a big musical theater background, and so I started doing this thing at the Comedy Store late night, where the keyboardist who brings people up. It's the only comedy club that has a keyboardist
like
bring
a live organist.
Yeah, totally. He brings people up and plays them off. Nobody utilizes him for anything other than that. And so he and I started getting these spots late night, like 12:30, 12:45. There's like 5 people or 20 people. So we started improvising songs like based on like I'd do crowd work with the 5 people. Then we'd improvise songs based on. Then I'd start singing some of my bits. Turned into this really great thing that we've done now for almost a year. And I just did it for the first time in San Diego, like doing an hour, 20-minute stand up.
Did you bring this guy from San Francisco with the
He's
piano?
in LA, so I'm going to bring him up
okay,
when we
I
go
love it. So he's
on
become part of
Thursday.
your thing.
So it's going to be half stand up, half improvised songs. With
I love
him.
that. So you studied. That's how you started with.
Yeah, I think so. That was like
Singing?
yeah,
Theater?
totally, yeah.
Okay,
I
and
quit.
then-
I quit football to play Danny Zuko in Greece. And again, let me tell you something. I was a sophomore in high school. There was a senior girl who had a huge crush on, who was all over me after this play. So like again,
So
for
you
sure.
knew- it
And
was
in my
reinforcement.
head, I was like, all right, this play was a lot of fun. I think acting is something I might want to try. But I'm sure subconsciously I was like,
Motivated
oh,
by
and
vagina.
also,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So that was it. You really dropped out and played Danny Zuko.
Yeah.
And you sang in the whole thing.
Yeah,
And it
you
was
have to.
was the cute girl, was the hawk. I was thinking that she was going to be like Sandy in it, but after you did that,
she
just
was
wanted
a
to,
soccer player.
She wanted to bang you. Either
Yeah,
way.
I mean,
That's great.
But I didn't because I was too myself. I didn't know what I was doing.
Hey, you're from
sophomore in high school.
From Seattle?
Yeah.
You ever been to the Lusty Lady up there? It's no longer there, but you ever go there?
What? That sounds familiar.
That's in San Francisco. There's a Lusty Lady.
Oh, is there a Lusty
Where
Lady
you put
there
the quarters
too?
in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In San Francisco?
Put the quarters in.
Yeah.
Creepy. It's
You
in,
watch
it's
the
in
women.
Seattle. And,
Shit, no.
And the Marquis always had really great sexual puns. Like Happy
Right,
New
yeah,
Year
yeah.
every year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Because I used to go up there every New Year's for my best friend lived up there. But yeah, it was one of those old timey. You go in,
Yeah.
you put a quarter in, and you never went.
You know,
lived
the
in
women
Seattle.
and the
I'm
women
so-
dance for you and do this
Way
whole thing.
better than the.
I was too man.
farmers
I missed a
market
lot
room.
of cool. I
You
mean,
should
I was
do that
like in
after your
6th grade
show.
when Pearl Jam was really big. So I feel like I wasn't really old enough to experience a lot of the.
They built
Yeah.
a Four Seasons on top of it and closed it down.
What
Very
a
depressing.
bummer.
I know.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think that you should go there after your show just for some
In
inspiration. Or
San
before your
Fran?
show for some
It
inspiration.
would be
in
great
San
for
Francisco.
material, yeah.
But no, seriously, I've got lots of people there. I'll
Send
send them
them
your
out.
way. And all my listeners, go see them. Go see
But
them.
you've been
Do
to the
it.
Lusty Lady in San Francisco?
Of course.
You have?
I have a
You
video
went in
of
a
it.
little booth and you put a quarter in?
Oh,
And you
yeah.
looked at the vagina?
Totally.
Well, you just so wait.
I filmed it. Yeah.
So you just look
You're
at a
not allowed
vagina.
to-
What is it? It's
I
girls in
secretly
a
filmed
booth
it.
in a window.
Yeah, there's like
It's
women.
like a strip joint.
It's like
but
the red light district in
Yes,
Amsterdam, yeah.
exactly.
But you're right up close and personal.
And you put quarters in, and the women like do these dances, take off their clothes.
Do they
and
act
then
like
it
they're
shuts.
robots at first, like those Disneyland animatronics, and then you put the quarter in and then they start moving?
That would probably be more entertaining because it's not real sexy. It's
No,
creepy.
they're not
And
even that-
They're all like Eastern European women, at
Yeah.
least in Seattle. They
It's
always
not
had
the-
like hair in their armpits.
Yeah, they
no.
needed a no pro. No, hairy armpits.
Wow.
They
Nice plug.
thank you, Jesus. So they yeah, the Leslie.
They have
Lady,
like
I wouldn't-
one-way mirrors and then
Yeah.
two-way mirrors. So like if you're ballsy and you want the chicks to see you in there, and then they had in the Lusty Lady up in Seattle, they had on either end was like the full body. So I go in there. It was like the second time I'd ever been in there because I brought my friend. He lived in Seattle. He didn't believe that this place actually existed. He's a lawyer and he was very skeptical about everything. I'm like, no, it's true. So we go into the booth and there's a dude in the full-length one just completely beating off. We just saw like everything.
No, it's
jingling
dirty.
and
Like
jangling.
we came in with like wipes and stuff like
It
that.
all
Like,
smelled
was-
like chlorine in there.
Ugh,
Bad
yeah.
scenes.
Okay, don't go
slippery.
there. I'll tell you where to eat.
Yeah,
How's
you
that?
just changed my.
I'm sorry.
I can't picture
idea of
Emily
this
in
place.
Well, dude, this is what I do. I love that he has things I'm so, and it's
For
cute.
sure.
No, I am though. I'm like a nice girl. I really am.
You are, but
No,
you probably got a dirty side.
You know, no, yeah, probably, but not
Probably.
what you think.
I don't know what I'm thinking about it.
If you think,
I don't think you're like
you know.
you get tied up and stuff. I don't think
Oh, that I do.
you do.
I have. I mean, of course.
Crazy.
I've tried everything.
Research.
Once.
Research.
No, really.
Are you one of those try everything once people? Yeah.
I mean, I still have things on my list, of course.
Wow.
Like what?
What's on the list after getting tied up?
No, tied up for like have you never tied anyone up?
No, and
Have
I
you
don't.
ever done
I
it?
don't think.
How about blindfold?
No.
Not your thing. You don't
No,
know. 'cause you've tried-
I
Why
don't.
not?
Yeah, I mean, I've
So
just in
you
the
have-
past year gotten to do some stuff that I didn't think I was gonna.
Like what?
Oh man, is this the place to talk? I don't know.
Let's talk about, dude, what else we can talk about?
Okay.
Have funny. We know you're funny. Yeah, but tell us
Hey,
your sex life.
how offended would you be if you're having sex with a guy and he just put a blindfold on himself before?
That's a great
Oh, guys,
question.
guys have done that. Is that? Do you think that?
That's not-
I'm
that's
kidding,
not
I'm
good.
kidding,
That's not
I'm
a good
kidding,
sign.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's
No,
not
they
a
haven't.
good sign.
What did you do in the last year sexually?
Threesome.
How was it?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did it come together?
It was after a show, and
Oh, okay. Now the truth. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, again, like
Organic.
Not
The best threesomes
just-
are organic.
Yeah,
When you're not
totally.
connected or sleeping, you don't know.
organic. What? Yeah. Oh, I guess a
Organically
lot of them
it's
come
not
together.
planned or like
Hey,
you
Jake
invite
and
a
Diane
third.
want to see if
Yeah.
you're down. For
What city was this?
San Diego.
Oh, hot.
Book
Nice.
any new dates since then? You're like, I need to do San Diego a little more often, I think.
I mean, I've been down there since, but
Were they
has it
friends?
Were you looking
happened
for 'em
yet?
in the
yeah,
audience?
Back
great
up.
friends.
Back up. They were friends, the
Yeah,
two women.
yeah.
And then they like came up after the show.
Yeah, and I couldn't really get. They were like, you should come out with us, and I was like, yeah, I got another show, so and and I didn't really
Right.
think anything. I was like, well, let's at least just swap information, and
Right.
and then they were texting me, and I was like, okay, well, I got to do the show, and then I'll hit you. So I wasn't trying to like rush out of the show, taking my time, and then they were living in the area where we were staying, and
Convenient.
yeah, and then they said, come, we're having drinks at our apartment. Come over, but just you. And I was like,
Ooh.
oh. So that was the first hint of like, oh man, I think something.
wanna rob me.
I think something. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, my head went there. My Jewish insecurities
Right.
went there.
No, same. You're Jewish?
Yeah.
Okay, me too.
Wait, now,
And,
so, like if band members, like they have
We're
groupies.
neurotic. Yeah.
And afterwards they have sex with the groupies, and they're band members, so they just have to be cool. Now, do these girls expect you to be funny during the sexual activity?
No,
No.
that's not too crazy of a question.
I know. I'm being serious. Do they expect you to be funny throughout?
No, they want to do cunnilingus, like blow bubbles on their vagina or something. Is that what you think?
So funny. I wear a clown nose when I go. Yeah,
he wears a clown nose, and they laugh every time.
But that's aside from being funny. That's not a funny choice.
He laughs them into orgasm. That's his trick.
There's something about the clown nose that when it rubs on the
clitoris, it's rubber. The rubber. Yeah. We got to shoot silicone.
I've read it in joke books. It's probably not actually
totally
helping.
No. Okay, so did they invite you over? I'm dying to know. Were you attracted to them? Were they both hot? I think in San Diego, everyone's like hot, has a good body. Maybe not that bright, but like
they're both attractive. But I mean, I was attracted to.
Okay, not that bright. I shouldn't say that. To cut this out.
It's so in your head, Ems. Come on.
I was more attracted to one of them.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
But the other one,
she's
you're
brunette.
Like,
I've always been like a brunette.
A brunette, right?
Guy, yeah.
You overcompensate and spend more time with the other one because you're.
No, I try. I think I did a good job.
So,
of being,
your first time. So how did it start? Oh, you go to the house.
Oh yeah.
Ding dong. I mean, like I need to know. Okay.
Ding dong.
Hi.
That's just that's what I said when I took my pants off, and then I
right.
No, and then go in there and just walk me up to like their room and we're drinking and I mean it seemed like I started to kind of get the feeling I was like I think I know what's going to happen at some point, but there's no rush here because I feel like let's just hang out and. Get to know each. So
you said that, or you thought that?
That's what I was thinking.
Right, because you're not like, "Hey, slow down."
I'm like, yeah, you don't want to anticipate. Like, I don't think that's
but
sexy
in your mind,
at all.
like,
hey, I think we all know it's going to go down in about 20.
I got two more threesomes set up for later tonight.
Right. I got 2 more sets. Yeah.
No, so it was just like really fun to hang out and shoot the shit and drink and almost forgot like what was in the cards for the future. But so that even made it more fun, I think, for everybody because it was just like we all got along.
Right. Exactly, but they were friends, and then they were cool, and then you
apparently, they seemed very cool,
right?
With some of the things they were doing. I would like to think they knew each other before.
I see. So they were like getting it on, and then they each like so they would like.
There was a lot of mixing and matching.
Mixing and matching.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you have to have sex with the one that you were less attracted to? Did you have sex with both of them? Penetrative intercourse.
Yeah.
Did you use a condom?
Yeah.
Good.
Always.
You changed it.
Did you switch?
Right? You have to.
Yeah, of course.
He would not tell us we didn't, but
I'd be hammered, and I never.
No. I was.
You have to switch condom if you're.
I didn't allow myself to get like. I mean, we were all had been drinking, but I mean,
were you nervous because it was your first? You're like, how do I handle boobs and vagina and boobs at the same time? And
I
guess
what's the word I'm looking for? How
dexterity?
much? No, the time that you're going to distribute between each. Like that was something I definitely
like in your head.
Like,
you have to like 8 minutes.
And you're like, and you want to be attentive. Like it's I think I'm pretty attentive with one.
That's why I asked if you overcompensated and spent more time with the one you were less attracted to. Because
well, one
you're
of them actually
head.
laid down after a little bit and like just was like, I'm gonna just kind of chill for a minute and take almost like a little power nap. And so then that made it easy. But then but this was after everybody was on the same team.
Right. Exactly. Got it. So that's fun. So would you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Vote yes. Yeah. It's a good time.
I think.
But the best threesomes are the ones that are. Okay, I don't want to say the best. There's amazing threesomes all over the world. I'm not going to.
I think anytime it happens is probably the best, right?
Like, no. There's been some bad threesomes.
For you?
I've had aborted threesomes. Like, oh my god, stop! But laughed. I haven't had that many. I've had.
Was it the music?
Couple?
Did they have like, some sort of weird Lion King soundtrack going on?
Yeah, exactly. Lion King, and I lost my boner. No, what happened I was in Mexico with a girlfriend and a guy, and then we were all like in bed starting to do it, and I realized I'm so not attracted to him, and my friend and I are. See, the thing about chicks hooking up, like when I have been with chicks, is like
you have to be really attracted to them, yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's better if you don't know anyone. Like I met this girl, and I didn't. But if it's
you don't want to know their favorite color.
No, I don't want to know anything. And so when it's organic, like, you're not gonna see. Who cares? It's fun. It's like can be so free for all. But then if you're in a relationship and then I've never done this. I've never been in a relationship and then brought a third in or been the.
A lot of people do that, huh?
Yeah, and so typically, but when it's like no one's like jealous or has this certain connection to someone, it just comes together organically. Like I'm saying that it's just fun because you can just kind of have fun.
No feelings.
No, that's what I like. No attachment.
Probably over a year ago, and this guy called up, and his girlfriend wanted to have a threesome, so she brought her friend in, and then as soon as her boyfriend started having sex with her friend, like she just became enraged, she punched her boyfriend right in the nose while he was banging her, broke his nose.
What?
Yeah,
that is crazy,
She literally punched
her idea.
Him out of her.
He was because she probably saw a look in his eye where he was like he took it up a notch.
When it became real, she freaked out. Yeah.
Couples should only have threesomes if. First of all, you shouldn't have a threesome to like save your relationship, like because it'd be like babies. Having a baby's worse because you can't like. Freak the baby.
Go on a vacation.
Right? But people do. They're like, oh, let's bring a third person, and then it could be like a disaster. So before couples, I always say you have to, talk about it beforehand. There's like rules.
How much talking can you really do though to prepare you?
Oh, a
really?
lot. No, I've talked about this a lot.
If this happened, I would
there's
feel
no kissing. There's no, she can't sleep over. You can't actually have, I would be
some people are like, hey, no oral sex. Just go straight to the.
Yeah. Everything. There's rules, and you have to be like, how would this make you feel? Clearly, this woman hadn't thought it through too much.
You also want to see. I think every person wants to feel like they'd be cool with it, so they're probably going to brush off more than they anticipate. Like they're going to be like, "Of course, hey, if you're like doing it from behind and you want to like touch like one of the boobs with like your hand, of course that's not going to bother me." But that could be the thing that sets her off because she's like, "You only touch these tits." Like, I mean, there
exactly.
could be like,
you don't know. No, right. It could go very, very wrong. That's why I'm saying if you are in a couple, I'm not saying that it can't. I mean, I was just with. Do
you know relationships that has saved?
I know a lot of couples who have not saved, but I know couples who've opened up their relationships, and so they have. But I said the swinger on the show. I said the swinger on the
Daniel.
That was an awesome show.
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern last week. Swingland.
Daniel Stern.
He wrote a show called Swingland.
Not the guy
the voice of Kevin Arnold.
No.
Not the guy from Home Alone.
No.
The other. Actually, his Twitter is the other Daniel Stern.
Oh,
yeah,
bummer.
no, I know that would have been interesting, right? Because who would think? But he is a swinger, and so he talks about how. And I know a lot of swingers too, just from my line of work. I mean, I've had him on the show. I say to them, they talk about it, and a lot of people, either you have the gene for it or you don't. A lot of people don't want to be monogamous. They have a hard time being with one person. A few years go by, maybe they're in the relationship, and they think, well, how would we've already, you've already kind of getting a little bored with it, and maybe you're both interested, and she wants to be with women or whatever, and you talk about it, and then you decide, make rules, you open it up, and they keep doing it. And I think the couples it works for a lot of couples, but a lot of couples, it's like a disaster.
Yeah.
Someone runs off with the best friend.
Because I also feel like even as cool as you are with it, like seeing like that happen to like your significant other, there's there's always room for that moment to get brought back up in some sort of petty argument.
Oh, exactly.
Right? Or
you
like,
went down on her. You looked like you were more into your orgasm was stronger with her than it ever been
just
with me.
because she changed the channel too fast before the highlight was finished on SportsCenter. You're like, changed it a little fast. That's kind of the way you changed it up after I was fucking you instead of Brett.
Right, totally.
So many comparisons.
Brett's wife was way tighter than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it can get ugly. So tread with.
I don't think I could swing.
No, right.
And I don't consider myself a super jealous person, and I feel like that's probably what jealous people say. But I definitely know that I can be, but a healthy amount, you know. Because I feel like if you're not at all,
for a few years. Well, you were with these women for. Did you ever think that you wanted to be with someone else, or you were content with your sex life and everything was perfect?
No, I mean, towards the end for sure. Because also the distance just doesn't help anything. It does make you want to, once you get together, just fuck like rabbits.
Right.
But then I think when I started to notice that things were not, where we would see each other and for 4 days, and instead of doing it a couple times a day, it'd be like maybe once the weekend.
Right.
That's when you have to.
That's when you're
be aware of.
Right. Put a fork in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. That's happened.
Which is a bummer.
But it is a bummer.
Because it shouldn't. I mean,
but
hopefully
that's what happens.
Into my 80s, I'm still feeling like.
Exactly. People do, and so
they do, don't they?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is that gross to think about?
No, people are having sex. Some woman called into Love Line the other night.
It's gross.
It is gross. Let's just not beat around the bush.
It's just
disgusting.
Yeah,
Can
beat
we
around the bush. Look what he did.
Beat around the bush, but this 20.
You know they have
just trying to fit in
at 80.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we're gonna get back to the bush story in a minute, but first I have to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Please,
everyone, thanks for listening to the show. I so appreciate it, and I hope you supporting the sponsors to allow me to bring you 2 shows a week. Okay, so check them out. And I only pick people that I know are gonna help your life. So. Good Vibes, one of the reasons you're able to listen to me, goodvibes.com. They carry all the best sex toy brands, and you can get the Vibratex, the Rabbit Habit, we love it, the Dahlia. You can get penis rings, the flashlight if you want, even, that you're going to take home with you, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I've got something to do on Sunday.
And exactly, now you've got plans. The Magic Wand, you get all of them. Go to my site, go to sexwithemily.com, click on the Good Vibrations banner to see my favorite toys, because I've tried them all. Use coupon code GVEmily20. That's coupon code GVEmily20. Speaking of the flashlight, okay. #1 sex toy for men. And how excited are you to try it? Are you going to report back to me, Adam? Really,
sure. I mean, like privately, probably. Do you want me to tweet about it?
I wanted to do a live Google Hangout or something. I thought we could just talk about it.
Sure.
Adam Ray's gonna try it, and it's gonna be awesome. So the flashlight is the #1 sex toy for men.
I mean, I'm a little apprehensive to it because just because I've built up quite a rapport with my hand over the last
This is the thing. So many men think.
I feel like it's cheating a little bit.
No, but it's not.
My hands hit game-winning shots for me in high school. It's like been it stopped.
Grabbed and you're going to take it home with you though.
It stopped Brad when we got into a fight, Brad Williams, because he was charging at my knees, and I just put my hand down on his head and stopped him. So it's like this thing is like.
Has he ever been used as a sex toy, like on a really large woman? I think that he could actually be used as a sex toy.
He could put a vibrator like a bull in his mouth.
They put him in one of those cannons, like one of those T-shirt cannons, and shoot him inside a women's vagina.
Yeah, I think like Oprah. He could probably fit in there.
Jesus.
Oh my
For
God!
real? Shots
really?
fired, Anderson.
Jesus.
Is Oprah? She's out there and heard that. You know what would be great?
Big Sex with Emily Oprah.
What if that was the thing that got Oprah to call in and go?
What if that was my
I've
big
been hearing
moment?
some rumors about
I heard what you said, Anderson.
Well, you are going to like it, even though you love your hand, because I think, well, like I said, I mean, it simulates a feeling of real sex. We've got a million toys to try from, and guys, you just got your hand, and you're like, I'm happy with it because that's all you know. But what if
your hand probably doesn't?
You started adding lube. You started adding something that feels like a vagina. It feels like you're actually having sex. Yes, you saw it. You put it in the container, and your penis goes inside, and you come inside of it.
Where do you?
Inside of it, and then you just rinse it out in the sink.
Can these fleshlights ever get pregnant? Like, do you?
No, that's the thing. You don't have to worry about getting. Not that I've ever heard of. You don't have to worry about getting pregnant, but you can have sex with one that looks like a porn star. So, like,
Lauren was telling me this. So they have shaped
vaginas. They get their vaginas
the same
molded.
way, like Danny Glover put his hands in the sand on Hollywood Boulevard. These porn stars put their
they put
vaginas.
molds in their vagina. They take molds of their vagina. You could have sex with Janet Jameson, Nina Hartley.
Well, whoever that porn star is, I would love Jenna Jameson.
Tara Patrick? Do you know porn stars?
Yeah. I know a couple names.
Do you want to have sex with her? Do you want the Tara Patrick?
I can't remember what she looks like, but I'm assuming she's attractive.
No, she's a porn star. Yeah. Hot.
She's hot.
But see, the porn star wouldn't matter. You could honestly be like, "Hey, like this is Martha Stewart," and okay, that's a bad example.
That is
I would probably definitely.
Right.
I would not. I would close the box.
Nothing but potpourri inside that one.
Hilarious. Right. You'd stick it into a pumpkin pie.
Yes, exactly.
So. But yeah, I guess some guys really prefer because I guess they can really imagine that like
it feels like
you
mean yeah, exactly. A lot of guys, I mean, they're best sellers.
They probably watch the videos of
the one, exactly, and they're like, oh, I'm really having sex with her. So some guys are into that. Some guys are just into the feeling because it's different than your hand.
That's crazy that we've gotten to that point, by the way.
And the lube is also created for the porn stars as well, right? Like this is what she feels like.
Yeah.
Wow,
the whole thing. But the one I gave you is the flight, so it's lightweight.
Who did I get?
No, you got the flashlight. You got the flight. It's on.
I got the bottle.
No, there are buttholes.
All right, I might have to trade this in for a vagina. I feel like this is like when I was a kid. I'm trading my Kirby Puckett, fucking.
No!
I'm trading my Kirby Puckett from my Cal Ripken.
Trading flashlights.
Yeah, flashlights.
You're
trading a butt for a vagina.
You should just be grateful I gave you more than pretzels, so now you want a butthole.
I'm incredibly grateful. I
now
don't
you want
any
the Tara
of this
Patrick
spiel.
flashlight. No, I'm kidding. I know.
Yeah, I'm very grateful.
But you got the flight, which is lightweight. It looks cool. No one can tell. It doesn't look like a sex toy, but whatever. Tell me how it goes.
Doesn't look like a sex.
Instead of your hand, check it out. Go to sexwithemily.com/flashlight. That's sexwithemily.com/flashlight. Check it out because Adam's going to check it out and call in. You could be anonymous. You could change your words, or we could just talk.
We can just
I won't even share. In fact, I don't even. I'm like a good friend. Like you could tell me.
Yeah, you seem like a very good listener.
And I would change. Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. I am. So anyway, I wouldn't tell anyone her story.
Okay.
With the flashlight or the threesome. Although not
just don't
everyone's
tell my
about
mom.
that. Have you told? Does she listen to your stuff?
Oh yeah, she's a big fan.
She's
very big
she's
supporter.
so proud of you. Is she in Seattle still?
Yep. Yeah.
And she's like,
she listened when I was on Loveline, and she texted me after and goes, "The camera's on you, and you fidgeted with your hat. You gotta stop fidgeting with your hat."
I'm like such a mother.
You scratched your nose, and like they can see you, and like you were shifting in your chair. Like get comfortable. Why are you shifting so much? I'm like, Mom. And then she's like, and that one person called and like, why didn't you tell them about when you guys split up? And they you could have helped that person. I mean, she, when we were on the red carpet, I took her on the red carpet for the Heat, the premieres in New York, and I was getting ready to walk down, and then I was like, oh man, she should for sure be out here. So I had my agent go grab her from inside, and so she was standing on the red carpet and just so proud. And like, people don't really know who I am, so they're taking a few pictures, kind of being like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, is that his girlfriend? Like, is this some, whatever? And then Sandra Bullock and Melissa come up behind me, so cameras go crazy. And then we're standing beside, after we walked down and took some pictures, kind of just lingering, just soaking up the experience. And they're all talking to, E! and Entertainment Tonight. My mom's like, go up and stand behind Sandra. And I'm like, what? I'm like, Mom, I brought you out here. Can you just, chill? She's like, just don't stand behind Sandra. I go, and do what? She's like, you stand behind her. They're going to be like, who's that guy? Is he in the movie? Maybe we should go talk to him. And then they go, excuse me, are you in the movie? And you go, yes, actually, I played the bad guy. I go, That actually is like not a terrible idea. But Mom, I didn't bring you out here to be my manager. She's like, what do I know? You just came out of me. I'm like, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Just go stand behind Sandra Bullock. Like,
oh, just like go, just photobomb, and they'll be like, who's this asshole? Oh, wait, it's
the bad guy in the movie and in real life.
I love it. You do the same mom accent that I do. It's like the Jewish mother.
Yeah,
thing.
And then she tells me, by the way, then I'll repeat some of this stuff to her. Like we had this conversation. She's like, "Did you?" She's like, "You know what? You can go get. There's these bars, these Cliff bars. You can put them in your car if you're having trouble eating. Find time, you put them you have them in your car, and then you can eat them whenever you want because they're in your car. So like whenever you're driving, they'll be in your car. You get hungry, you take one of them out, eat them because they're in your car and they're accessible right there for you. I go, "Hey Mom, would I put these in my car?" She go, "Fuck you." And I go, could you tell me to put the bars in my car one more time? I was like, "Do you work for the Cliff Bar Company?" And she's like, "I'm just trying to help because I know you're a busy person." And then I tell her this, and she starts laughing, and she goes, "I'm giving you so much material. I don't know why you're not using me." And I'm really not.
Do you use it all?
No, I never. Like right now, this is like the first time in a while that I've repeated.
It's good. Jewish mother stuff is good. No,
it's just so.
Or
I don't
just
know.
any mother. I get it. No, I have that with my mother. Now, you're gonna be talking about blowjobs, really? Like when you're 60, that's what you're gonna do? Talk about blowjobs, really? I mean, do you think you should try to think of something else? She still.
Adam's better than that, though.
What?
Adam's better than that.
The Jewish mother.
Yeah,
but you've
people
heard
who
me.
do their parents like on stage, like that's their thing.
No, but that's how I do my mom, though. I do the Jew because she is a Jewish. Like, is your mom New York?
No,
my mom's
she's
like
from
actually
Ada,
New York, so
Oklahoma.
she's got like that.
Yeah, she gave me condoms though when I
She
first.
was the one Jewish lady from Oklahoma.
Yeah, there's like 6. Because my folks split when I was 9, so I was just with her and my sis, and she gave me condoms when I was 16, which was so weird. And first of all, I was like, "Hey,
she sounds awesome, actually. I want to party with your mom."
She's
good time.
All her friends love her.
Right.
I mean, she's the life of it. Like, I just met a few of them in New York when I was doing shows. She goes back with her sorority from Tulane. They go every year to New Orleans to help Habitat. There's like a program where they help build houses for some of the victims who are still fucking struggling.
Right.
And so I met a few of them in New York. They came to my show. They're like, "Your mom is the best. Like, we see where you get all, like, she's just," and I got to a point to where, like, I stopped looking at my mom as a parent and a person. And that's when we actually, like, I was like, "Fuck, she's funny." Like, because for so long I'm just like, "It's my mom. Stop embarrassing me," and all that bullshit. But she gave me these condoms, which I was like, "I'm glad that you even think that I'm doing this right now."
Right.
And then she was just like, "Just don't get pregnant. Don't get like whatever." And she's like, "I'm like, oh, Mom, this is so weird. I don't even want these." And she's like, "You gotta use them. Don't not use them." Yeah. Keep them in the car next to your Cliff Bars. And but I mean, I'm glad she at least threw them at me. It definitely.
Yeah, that's good.
She gave me enough of a quick talk that was just like. Because she saw I was uncomfortable and walking out. She's like, "Put them on, or bad shit's going to happen." And I was just like, almost like when your dare officer is like, "You smoke pot, you're going to fucking kill your friend with a gun made of Doritos," or, some shit. It puts the fear in your head to not want to.
Did you call her up and tell her what a good job you did with a threesome and how you're taking them off?
Yeah, well, now I'm going to send her the show.
So
have you had her on your podcast with Brad?
We're going to.
That'd be smart.
I'm going up to Seattle when he's up there to do shows, and I made a point to say we got because she'll.
That's awesome. When are you're doing a show in Seattle?
Well, Brad's doing shows. I'm just going to go visit my nieces, and because they're turning into little hell raisers. Apparently, just talking to my sister. They're the coolest people ever. They're almost 5. They're the best.
Twins?
But my sister just had another kid, so now they're fighting for attention.
Right,
and they're
that's
going
tough.
crazy.
Yeah, no,
They're
that's
just
really
going
tough.
and they're the sweetest little girls. And she tells me these stories. I'm like, I don't want to hear this because like they're. Anyway,
it's hard.
This is not sexual. Let's change change
let's
gears.
go back to the next sexual thing. Okay, so
I
right
will
now
tell
you're
you real
just
quick
sleeping
though.
around. Yeah,
real quick, sexual with my nieces. All I can think. They're 5, but even in the back of my head, they'll tell me like, "Matthew gave me a cookie today," and I'm like, "Who the fuck is Matthew?" Like, I'm already so like preparing mentally for like they're probably 4 or 5 years away from guys starting to try to like hold hands and. Come on. Porn is so out there. These 10-year-old boys are probably Googling boobies day in and day out.
They are. My 9-year-old godson was Googling like ladies with boobies or
ladies with
like
boobies.
8, like
God,
boobies.
well, I mean, who? Okay, well, this guy sounds pretty cool. But
on my dad, on my
ladies with boobies. That's by the way, that's exactly what you would Google when you're 8 years old.
But he did.
You don't know. You're not going to type in big black, whatever.
So like Jack, like he's like 8. Like this kid is like.
I love this kid.
Yeah, it's awesome, right?
Ladies with boobies.
Right.
By the way, that should be the name of his improv group or Alanis Morissette cover band, whichever comes first.
I love it. So it's true. So you think about.
She has no boobies.
Okay. So speaking of sex, you think about them having sex.
No, I don't think about them.
You want to beat
I'm just
up
saying
the
I'm
dudes.
already like,
No,
they're not even my kids, and I think about
I
stopping these prepubescent boys are boners with feet. All they do is walk around and they hump and fuck anything that's in their path.
Why don't we know that though? See, we don't know that until we're older. Like I don't know that guys are are thinking that, and even in college, when you think, you don't know that the guys are just jacking out, all they're thinking about is their penis.
It's too much for you guys to know. Like,
we had no idea. I didn't know. I didn't know guys were all horny at boners and were hiding it until later when they're like, I was so embarrassed I had a boner.
I mean,
you couldn't hide yours. It was so big. No,
hilarious. No, I'm just saying. Like, I think it's when you're a young kid hiding the boner. Like, that seems like you always like pulling the whatever you're doing, you're standing out even more so. Also, you're in the worst place to get it. Like, you can't control it at that age. Like you're playing kickball, you hit the game-winning home run, and you're just hard as a rock, and everyone's like, shit, man, did that turn you on? You're like, kind of, I guess.
Do they notice? So boys notice because I never knew to look at a guy's pants.
Depends on what area you grew up in, too.
I grew up in Michigan.
Like if you grew up with like the skinny jeans, it's tougher.
Yeah,
I grew up with loose clothes.
Yeah, so you couldn't see any boners.
No, exactly. So boners. So lately...
Yeah, so all right. So enough about my nieces.
Enough about your nieces.
Yeah.
Not hot. No.
There have been a couple cases where 5-year-olds have been pregnant. Though. That's true.
Oh, dude.
No, it's not. No,
true.
it's not.
That's
I don't even
look
want
it
to
up.
continue to
Fun
talk
fact.
about
Don't
that.
look it up.
Well,
Don't
true.
even talk about it. Don't even say that again. That's not true. That can't happen. How's that possible?
That makes me so
twice.
terrified. Oh, I'm going to have to beat up a 5-year-old now.
Okay, so
That's what that means.
Give me the goddamn cookies.
Give me the cookies. Eat his cookies after you beat him up. That's like the Mortal Kombat finish him.
Okay, so Adam, what's your biggest turn on sexually?
Oh, man. I'm a sucker for a good kisser.
Yeah? Kissing's
that's
hot.
big. It's super hot.
It's one of the first things that goes in a
It's not a
relationship,
deal breaker, but I can tell things are going to be way better if that's...
But do you ever feel like the first kiss, if it's a bad, you're out? Or do you think it can get better over time?
I mean, I don't know. It won't... I don't necessarily like take me out of the rest of the evening, but it definitely is like in the back of my... I'll probably spend less time doing that.
Right. Right, exactly.
Kissing,
no, it's hot. But
yeah,
kissing is true. We that's how we all connect, is kissing. That's the first thing we do. But then eventually kissing is like the first thing that goes in a long-term relationship. You stop kissing. And it's so upsetting.
When I see like on the kiss cam at sporting events, like couples who you can tell have been together just give little pecks, I'm always like, man, what a bummer.
Yeah.
Then you see like some couple in their 70s and the old man just grabs her and goes to town.
Yeah.
And you're like,
that's who you see.
That's
a 76-year-old that you want to be having, that guy's banging his wife still.
So maybe it goes in waves. Maybe it's like, 5 to 10 years of like some great stuff, and then there's a chunk where you're like, all right, the kissing's gonna like take a pause for a minute.
Yeah, but maybe
and then you
always
get
have the
towards the end
passion. That's what I'm hoping for.
You got it. There's a way to keep it all the time.
This is my life purpose.
Yeah.
This is what I do. I try.
People say they're lost, it's lost, or aren't trying, or
you have to make an effort because people don't. They don't. Just like people don't talk about sex. We're not taught how to talk to our partner.
Color Me Bad talks about it all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Turn-ons, teeth, a great laugh.
Yeah.
Sucker for a good laugh.
Good laugh. Good laugh is good.
And if they can make me laugh, but not too much. Don't be. I don't want.
Don't
be
funnier than you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't sleep with another comedian.
No.
Wait, never have.
No.
Is it because you're in the same business and it's too close?
Yeah,
or you
and
just
also
haven't found him attractive?
Yeah. No, there's definitely attractive.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't. I also don't like. I'm not a kiss and teller, so I don't like my business being out there. Even though I just shared the threesome story, which was that was a big deal for me. That was a big deal for me.
That you were really good. It was actually funny and entertaining and informative. All those things, which is what the show's about.
We got deep into specifics, but
you're lucky because we got sidetracked. I would have gotten deep into the specifics, but I didn't want to do that to you.
Exactly. When I'm more famous.
Right. Exactly. When you're more famous. You're famous.
No.
How's it going?
That was a douchey thing to say.
No. I get it because I hate it too. Sometimes I have to say things like my fans are coming out. I'm like, oh God, I have fans. I hate it. No. I know. I hate it. I hate it too. I get it. I don't feel famous. You're famous. I'm like, I'm not, but yeah.
Yeah, you are.
No. Oh, I'm so not. Yeah.
What else turns me on? Or was that enough?
I don't know. And I also want to know, like,
the girls I always find myself drawn to are brunettes who are smart and sexy and funny. And I know that sounds like obvious, but like what you would like want. But I'm not like an on person all the time where I'm always joking.
Right. Of course,
but I like to a lot. But if you're gonna take yourself too serious, like one of my exes. Like I would just try to find the light. Part of being a comedian, you find the light,
the levity. You're like trying to like
of
make
situations that are like tragic or dark. And like we were in New York and something happened with like a door that got broken, and I started making all these jokes, and she was like flipping out about it because she broke the door because I was working on editing something that I was trying to get for this audition, and she was like she had made dinner and she was telling me how I was ready and told me a bunch of times. And I was like, babe, I just really like I need a few more minutes. Like I'm sorry, like this is just I have to get this in tonight because like they're deciding tomorrow, whatever it was. And she like got really pissy, and the first time like and not showed no signs of violent tendencies, like kicked the door so that it broke. And then I was like, well, that's great because I'm best friends with a guy who makes doors, so that's going to be easy to fix, like shit like that.
Right.
And which is like hey fellas,
Right.
Don't make passive sarcastic comments like that. Because
she was angry in the moment, so she wasn't going to receive it.
But I didn't know how to handle it other than, but anyway, be not, what else is a turn on other than like that, those physical attributes I described?
Like, do you ever go out with someone? Do you ever get, like, how do you meet?
High maintenance people. I'm not a big, don't be materialistic. But I like a lady. Like my first a girlfriend, like from the end of high school for a little bit of college, was a little more like, she was, a jock, but also, and had some like ladylike things, but just not as much. And then the one after that was definitely more of a balance of like, was a lady, but we could, go work out together and stuff.
Right,
and
got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. But what's the part about high maintenance? What's high maintenance to you? Example.
Just being, I don't know.
So always calling you, wanting something? Like, is it usually feel like,
just like if we're
needs of theirs that you're not meeting.
If we can like if it's a Sunday and we barbecue something, we're sitting down, we have some wine and a TV show. There's always high maintenance. I think to me on a certain level is like they always find something that they're not satisfied with, or there's something like wrong.
Like negative.
Like there's always like you sit down and you're like got wine, some show you're gonna watch, a movie, and they're like, oh, this wine's not very. Oh, the meat I should have cooked it, like stuff like that. That's
negative,
always,
right? Is your mom like that in some ways?
My mom is a people pleaser. She's always, she's a host.
Right. I'm just wondering, because sometimes the things that turn her off could be like things that we see in our parents.
My mom is overly supportive, feeds you too much, overly are you wearing a jacket as you walk out of the house with 9 jackets that she gave you before she asked you that question?
That's sweet. She loves you.
Yeah, but turn-offs just bitchy people. People that talk shit. I'm like, not, we all do our fair share in the ways we do it, but to just straight up talking bad about people or like what, it's just I'm not a fan, and that's like an immediate turn off.
I think in general people who talk about other people, it's such a
it's like you got so much shit to concern with yourself about your life. Like what do you
It's true. People become like obsessed with other people. But it's just because their own insecurities, and it makes them feel better. I'm going to stop being crazy about myself, and I'm going to talk about someone else, and that's going to make me feel a little bit better for a moment.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not worth it.
Also, a big turn on is anything that I'm not doing. Like somebody not in the business is very attractive.
Not in the entertainment
because
business.
I love to learn about stuff that's like my last girlfriend was clinical psychology in grad school, which was way cool. But I think in the end it started to hurt a little bit because the over analysis of like certain situations.
She was like,
what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Oh, and so did you mean? I'm like, well, I meant let's actually like, I got to take a shower real quick because we're gonna go meet up with Dave. Oh, but you got to take a shower. Is that because you don't want to sit here with me and talk about why you didn't come home last night after the show?
Her.
Well, I went home because I told you I had to wake up early to be with my nieces because I had to babysit them. Is it so? Your nieces are. Okay.
See, a lot of times guys are not as complicated as women make them out to be. They tend to
guys are simple.
Simple
to
a
fault,
or just
to a fault. Yeah. You said it yourself. I'll especially when we're younger, all we want to do is bang.
Yeah, and it doesn't get that different. And you want to like eat and bang and then
start at 5, giving little girls cookies.
Yeah,
totally.
Like I never had a problem acknowledging if I did something like that was like that made her upset or whatever, and just like apologize. Let's address it, talk about it for a good chunk, and then move on. Because I was like, why would you want to bask in anything negative or fucked up that either one of us did? Like, let's acknowledge it for sure, but it was never enough time. It's like, and I was like, why do you want to sit and talk about something shitty for like? Why don't we talk about balloon animals?
Because she had the advantage there. That's why she wanted
for
it.
Sure. Because I was putting the kibosh in the conversation, right?
That'd be like you trying to make everything funny. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you don't. Yeah. You got have two separate things. It's like if Emily made everything sexual. For sure. You don't.
I don't.
We're not talking very ask me more sexual questions. I feel your listeners are probably like, dude, this guy's talking about his family.
No, I know.
Like
I just, we were going to get into emails and stuff.
What's your mom's sex life like?
Well, I heard her having sex with my stepdad.
No, you did?
For sure, yeah. And I got to be honest, I was stoked afterwards, way after the fact. Hearing in the moment, one of the most traumatic things I've ever heard. I'm not even going to like replay
what happened,
to you. I can hear it right now as I'm talking to you. That's how fucking
Come on, how old were you?
Oh, this was 6-7 years ago. So they were
really?
respectively what, 62 and 50.
Oh, we're getting back to the old sex.
Yeah,
Remember you were going to talk about?
Is that old sex? 62 and 56?
No, the 76-year-old who banged the 21-year-old who was sleeping with her grandfather.
Whoa,
is that what you're talking
what?
About?
No, we were starting to talk about it. Remember Beat Around the Bush?
Yeah, Beat Around the Bush. Yeah.
Beat Around the Bush. We never came back to it.
Anyway, mom's like, I hope they're doing it right now, but because why? It's great, so they should be doing it.
Right?
Did you flee?
Did they know you were home? Like.
No, I was in their room watching a movie. We were at my grandparents' place, and they
were having sex in your grandparents'?
Well, my grandma just passed. They both passed away within like 4 months, and we were
their dead grandparents.
We were helping them. We were cleaning all the house out. My mom was a wreck. She was an emotional wreck. She needed to get fucked. Anyway, let's change topics.
Good for your mom. Now, moms and sex and grandfathers and sex. Okay, so what's your most random, crazy sex experience you ever had?
Oh man,
besides threesome?
My ex and I did it in a Banana Republic changing room.
You did?
Yeah.
Were they like, so do you need another size? Was it really hot?
Yeah. Because there were people coming and going.
And did they know? Like, were the salesperson like,
no way. We were quiet and then not very quiet, and then that's when.
Did you freaked out? That's hot.
No.
But they didn't.
No clue.
Did the clothes you were trying on survive?
Oh yeah. Did you come
Did
inside?
they make it back to the rack?
One of you ejaculated over.
Oh no. Those clothes were like in the corner. They were far from the.
It wasn't about the clothes. Yeah. They didn't even really have anything with them. They're having sex. They didn't bring in like a whole load.
And
it
also was like not planned at all. Like she was like we were. She definitely became more sexual with me.
those Banana Republic shorts look really good on you.
You brought it out in her. So you ever had a woman bring out stuff in you?
Yeah.
Are you more the?
No, I mean, I'm definitely open to, new
threesomes and Banana Republics.
But also, but I don't like too much like of somebody trying to like tell me how to do stuff.
Right, like to the left, to the right.
those that are just like so. It's like I'm not an idiot. Like I've done like
no, totally.
I definitely want to help out and make this the best for both of us. But
have you had women that are like that? Like
yes.
do this. Oh, see, that would be annoying.
Oh, it's not appealing.
What like for example, like if you're down, they're like to the left, because I always joke that that's what people think.
To the right,
if they're
I'm like
with
doing the
me.
hokey pokey down there, just all sorts of.
That's annoying, and I always think that guys would think that I would be like that. That I would be like with a bullhorn, like pulling out my book, or like I know all these, but I'm so not like that.
Yeah.
But I'm so not.
But you know what you want.
But it's what I do. I'm not.
But I guess it does make sense
I do, but I'm not like what you think. Like I don't have like a sex swing. Like
unless
I do in the garage
anymore.
But not in my
I was
room.
going to say not in your room.
In my
You've
garage.
got everything you're saying you don't have. You have
not in my room
for sure. But I feel like why wouldn't you want to tell the person, especially if they're way off? If the guy's doing what he's doing.
To do it.
Yeah.
Do you like performing oral sex on a woman?
It can be.
Is it one of your?
Awesome.
What's your favorite sexual act? Your favorite sexual position thing to do sexually? Besides kissing. I'm being so soft with you here.
Are you really?
Yeah, kind of. No. Yeah.
Give me some of the more hardcore stuff. Well, favorite sexual. Man, laying down on the side is pretty great.
Yeah, the spooning thing.
Up against the wall, if you can pull it off, is always.
It's hot, right?
Yeah.
What's your what's something that you want to try that you haven't done? What's on your sexual bucket list?
I did it in a hot tub once, and that was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I wouldn't be jumping. Doing it underwater would be cool. I think all the way underwater.
All the way? You need like a snorkel thing.
But I think like there would probably be no real pleasure involved. That's just almost like a bucket list.
The bummer is that you think it is, but then it's like
I would not be at all. Yeah.
No. Well, underwater you'd like probably die because you didn't breathe inside, unless you had like a snorkel thing.
The shower's always cool.
Yeah, shower sex is awesome.
Yeah, it's not done enough, I don't think.
No.
Or talked about enough.
You
talk about it all the time.
Well, there's actually a page in my book, not a chapter, but a page in my book.
A chapter on shower sex?
Yeah, because
you got to have a chair
positions.
in there, by the way.
A chair, or
just for the sake
she
of safety.
Can lean over and brace herself. If you want to have sex with her from behind, she can lean over and grab her hands around her ankles.
Yeah.
No, I literally,
and
then he can come in from behind.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have
if you don't have a chair, you can get a beanbag in there. Get one of those waterproof beanbags.
Right. And you could there's all these toys that I always talk about. They probably have a lot of fun. There's all these toys that are. Have you ever used a toy with a person?
No,
before?
I haven't. This fleshlight, you are opening my eyes to all sorts of.
But have you ever had a woman who brought out a vibrator with you?
No. Oh wait, yes. No, I had a girl. We were in the tub and she sat under the faucet, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" She's like, I was like, "Do you need to clean yourself?" She's like, and then she started like screaming. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, with a lot of women,
By the way, I was 5, so this was like really surprising.
That was really weird.
Like, yeah.
Was it hot? It was hot, right? To watch a woman.
Kind of.
I always tell.
I got jealous of the faucet. No, of course it was hot. Yeah,
no, but some guys are like, but I think most guys, women get embarrassed or ashamed, and they don't want to like touch themselves in front of a guy. But first of all, I feel sexy, I know, but I also know that guys think it's hot, and so it's like this. We all think everything's hot. So
got to be careful, though, ladies. Got to be careful. We had a caller years ago. She slipped a disc, and she got stuck in that position
in a hot tub.
Yeah, well, no, in her bathtub, and she was pleasuring herself like that with her legs up on the wall, and she slipped a disc.
Oh, you do have to be careful. I've heard stories like this before that people.
I think it was her dad who had to come in and help her.
The tub is, it's not shaped or set up for you to do a lot of acrobatics.
No, but it's the water pressure that a lot of women use the pressure. And there's actually a toy.
When's the last time you used it?
I've never have. Once. In the
water.
bathtub.
Yeah, because there's better.
But there's
more
better,
effective ways.
yeah. But I was saying there's like waterproof toys you could use in the thing like that.
And disgusting. All right, give me some hardcore stuff. Like, let me get
I'm
one.
kidding. I don't really. Okay, so no, I mean, I don't hardcore. I mean what's your favorite?
I thought you were saying I'm really being a PG guest, and
totally
I feel
kidding.
bad.
No, because you kept saying I'm talking about my mother, but
I know.
this is just like a different. I don't know. We're just chilling.
Okay, good.
Okay, so but is there anything that you're like, oh, I want to try or
do
like,
that? Yeah. I mean, like at a drive-in, maybe.
Do they still have those around?
For sure, they do.
Here in LA, I don't know. See, I don't do anything.
I think another public place would be
in a public place. A lot of
like
the
woods, like on a like.
Yeah, woods is really hot.
Yeah. But I'm not into like
camping.
People, like I've been in situations where the window's open and you can see across the way, and the girl's like, "Leave it open. It's hot." I'm like, "Fuck that! It's not that guy. I can see him right now. He's waving at us. Like I think
you
he's
don't want
holding his
people
iPhone.
watching you, but there's something about being
gross.
outside and being caught, like the Banana Republic thing.
Yeah,
because you like could get caught.
But I also knew like even if they knocked on the door, the salesman wasn't going to be like, "What the fuck's going on in there?"
Right, it's like Banana Republic. They're not.
You better not jizz on that polo or whatever he said.
Exactly, that's probably what he was thinking.
He was.
So what's like have you ever been with a woman, like we talked about your turn on, like
sure.
has anything ever happened where you're like, oh, it's such a turn off? Besides like yelling, like was there ever like a specific time where you're like, I'm just not into this or something bad happened sexually? Oh man. Come on.
Oh man. A not well groomed
right happens
underground.
See, that's the thing. So do you feel like that she should have no hair or just wasn't?
I'm a fan of nothing.
That's pretty much what you see these days, right?
I think that's a great call by everyone involved.
Right. Men too. So do you have nothing? Do you trim and shave and manscape?
Keep it kept, but not all of it. I'm not.
So if a woman has a little bit, what if she has a little bit? Are you like no?
No, it's fine.
But if it's like, so you're saying she was like overgrown, like you couldn't find it. You were like,
because I also had kind of a beard at the time a little bit, so I literally I couldn't tell at first.
Where you began, where it ended.
Oh, it was dark.
It was. I did almost like a swimmer's move, like where I kind of went down and came right back up.
Right, because you like were like suffocating.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, that happens.
It was daunting, especially in this day and age.
Because you think like, what? Do you not get the memo? Get a no?
I feel like there was like
what
a
is
group.
that? Is she just trying to be different?
Some women just no. You know what? Some guys are into hair.
To get cold down there? What's the deal there?
Yeah. I know.
Be active.
I
think
take
all sorts of questions.
It's easier to get it all off.
Where's the No Pro when you need it?
No Pro. Emily, what is it? No.
That's what it is. The No Pro.
No, but people should friggin' women. You
use
it, and you never have to shave.
Yourself is what like the
no,
product.
No.
Yeah.
No Pro. It is nonoemily.com.
Yeah.
And you can use it and buy it.
If
Men
she's
can
listening
do it
out
too.
there and she knows
that
this is about her.
Yeah. Well, you never went out with her, or did you? Because some guys shave. Like I heard a story once. A guy who was with a woman and she was like way too. He thought for his taste she was too. Hair. They went. He just met her though, like in the lot. He was in a hotel in New York, and he brought her upstairs, and he's like, you know what? And he like puts her on the counter, and he like called up for some like shaving cream, and he like shaved her right there on thing, and then he like made it into like a hot, sexy thing.
Who is this person?
Friend, guy I met at a party
Who
once.
calls the front desk for a shaving cream?
This guy I met at a party. He was hot. He was telling me. Everyone tells me they're freaking. I can't tell you.
Can't wait to tell you about how I shaved this chick's bush in a hotel.
No, but I say what I do, which I try not to all the time. But when I do, everyone just tells me every story that's ever happened to them sexually. So that's what happens. We gotta wrap it up. Adam, you're awesome. Adam, isn't that sad? I know it's been awesome. Adam Ray, you're good.
It was
I
good.
You.
All right.
It was good for me. Was it good for you?
I feel real good.
Hey, so tell us all where we can Twitter.
Yeah,
Facebook,
Twitter is at Adam Ray Comedy. On Vine, it's just Adam Ray.
You're a Viner.
I don't do it a ton, but one of my friends has like the #1 Vine account, so I've done a few with her, and now I've got like 20,000 followers.
Oh my God, that's amazing. AdamRayTV.com.
AdamRayTV.com for all my tour dates, videos, my albums on there, podcast about last night with Brad Williams.
Everything. We'll put all on our site too.
Yeah, okay.
SexWithEmily.com. Okay, love it. Thanks. You've been
Thank
great.
you,
thanks so much, everyone, for listening to Sex with Emily. Was it good for you? Email me. feedback@sexwithemily.com. Hey, everyone, that was a really fun show. Thanks so much for listening. Adam.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
One more. Have you ever felt, have you ever had an experience where you, let's just say, didn't last as long as you wanted to in the bedroom?
Oh, yeah. No.
No?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
every guy's had it, right?
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, oh, swear. What'd you say? Never happens.
No. I was just like, oops.
Yeah, because you're so excited.
Yeah, or like, man, like that's an testament to you.
Right, because you're so hot, baby.
But it's true.
It is true. It is true.
That's
sometimes.
just
right. But sometimes it's true that she's so hot sometimes that you can't help but ejaculate. But there is this product called Promescent.
Whoa.
1 in 3 men actually suffers from premature ejaculation. Suffers. You like did it because she was so hot, but some guys they like can't last longer than a minute.
That's a bummer.
And it's a quickly absorbing delay spray that allows you to have the sex you want. So if you want to last longer, and
you just spray it on.
And it's like it's a desensitizing mildly, so you
still
feel it.
Yeah.
But you feel it, and you wait like 10 minutes, and she doesn't have to know you're using it.
It's actually a brilliant invention.
It's brilliant.
Is this from the same guy who came up with the ShamWow?
Exactly. It's the only FDA-approved treatment for premature ejaculation, but it's also for guys who just want to last longer. So if you last for 5 minutes, you last for 10, doubles that, because there's an orgasm gap. Some women, have you with the women that take too long?
Yeah. That's
right?
why they're like, hey, yo, we don't want to go all night long, right?
Like, right. But, oh, no, the women
don't.
Right, but if a woman takes longer than you want an orgasm before she does. Like the women take 18 minutes. Guys typically take 6 to 8.
Yeah.
So if you can't quite last as long, there's like a gap. Orgasmic gap, and this would close it because you could last longer. But you're saying some women finish before the guy, and they're like, "Really? Would you stop having sex already? I'm done."
Sure.
Yeah, I get that too. Okay, but we're talking about people who
the spray,
the spray,
delay spray,
Promescent. Check it out. Only FDA-approved treatment for premature ejaculation.
It's not Banaka. Don't put it in your mouth. People
Don't
have made that
put
mistake.
it in your mouth. They do. I did that once. It was
forever.
weird. Promescent, Promescent.com. So check it out. Thanks everyone for listening. Sex with Emily.
Perhaps play a little game called Just a Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
Hey, this is Jordan Harbinger, host of the Art of Charm podcast, the #1 dating and relationship advice podcast in iTunes.
I'm Emily Morse, host of the Sex with Emily podcast, the #1 sex and relationship podcast on iTunes and at sexwithemily.com. And this is Just the Tip.
So, it's funny. I haven't watched any porn since I started dating Jenny, other than with Jenny.
Wow. How did that come about?
I don't know. I mean, it's just a thing where I just didn't feel the need to. And also because, I've known a lot of guys that have, like, weird porn addictions.
A lot of guys do. Or they have porn addictions or they have shame. They have, shame around their porn watching. And they do it alone. They do it privacy. But sometimes doing it with your partner is a great way to connect and to kind of find out what she thinks is hot and what she thinks is interesting and to explore your fantasies.
Plus, it's kind of like funny, entertaining sex because it's not serious. It's all ridiculous anyway.
Right, but it gets you going, right?
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of important information that you can learn, too, to having sex. So perhaps she has a fantasy about being with another woman, or maybe there's a porn flick showing women getting it on that might get her going. So if your sex life's been a little stagnant or something, this could be something fun. You could still do it alone in private, but they're also female-friendly porn. They tend to have plots. Things like that.
Stuff that guys go,
exactly.
I don't need any of that.
Or you can go to a sex toy store together. You can go sex shopping. You can go to a toy store and buy some sexy clothes or vibrators or something like that. There's a lot of different things that you could do. Why is this under porn, though? Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Oh, go porn shopping in a sex store. But people they don't even buy porn tapes anymore.
Nobody buys porn
DVDs, right?
Yeah, no, DVD tapes. Did you say tapes? Go buy
Please
some
delete
tapes.
that. On my Walkman, I'm going to listen to it when I go for a run.
I'm going to go buy some porn tapes. Okay? On your Betamax player?
My family had a Betamax player.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
If you guys want to learn more from the Art of Charm about dating, relationships, and even networking for business, visit us at theartofcharmpodcast.com or check us out on iTunes and follow me on Twitter at The Art of Charm.
And check out the Sex with Emily podcast at sexwithemily.com and on iTunes if you want to have the best sex of your life, that is. Also, follow me on Twitter at sexwithemily.
Buying a car can be such a stressful experience, but TrueCar is changing car buying forever. TrueCar actually helps car buyers get rid of the fear that they might overpay, and that fear is the worst. Last month, over 45,000 cars were sold by the TrueCar Certified Dealer Network, and TrueCar.com users save an average of $3,046 off MSRP. So, when you're ready to buy a car, you just gotta follow these 3 easy steps that if you want to save money. First, go to TrueCar.com and find out what other people paid for the car you're looking for. Then, register at TrueCar.com to see upfront pricing information, and then you lock in your savings. Third step, totally simple. All you do is you print out your TrueCar savings certificate, and then you take it to the TrueCar certified dealer for a better, hassle-free car buying experience. Who doesn't want that? Some features not available in all states, and every day, TrueCar.com users receive negotiation-free, guaranteed savings. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Why would you do that? Visit TrueCar.com today. That's TrueCar.com.